death is really hard to go through for anyone to go through. And losing someone is a part of life when you lose a family member or a friend. And it can be really touching to you, and it can make you feel pain inside, and you don't know how to feel. And so that's why I want to make this video for you guys. So, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to deal with death. I have dealt with death before, but it has never been, but this death experience, I'm not saying that I'm not dead, I'm still alive, like you probably still are. I'm not saying that I'm dead, I'm still alive, so don't worry about that. I'm not gone forever. So, but I know someone very special, and he, died, unfortunately. So, you probably, listened to my featured single, Sitting in Me, this morning, and whoever gave me that one like, thank you to the person whoever did that. That means a lot to me, and that gives me more support to me to be able to keep going from that point and go far on from that point. So, I wrote down 4 tips on how to deal with death, and I know this is a hard thing to talk about, but if we just sit down and go through each tip, because these tips are well and tested, that work for me. So let's get started with the tips. Okay, so my first tip is to talk to someone. This tip is really easy to do. You can find any kind of person that you want to talk to, but I wouldn't recommend talking to someone that's your age. Like, for example, if you're a kid, I wouldn't recommend talking to your friends who's also a kid, just like you are. I would speak to an adult about it, because they've been through a lot of deaths before, like friends and family, and they have more experiences, and it'll make you feel more safe, because you can talk about like how you're feeling. And I've done this tip myself. I've talked to Kelvin and my teachers at school. I emailed them. If you guys out there going through a really hard death experience and don't know how to feel, you definitely should talk to an adult, which really works for me as a person. My next tip is to write out all of your emotions. So during a daily basis, we all go through different emotions that we all go through, whether if you are smiling, that you're happy, or that you're sad, or emotional, or those kinds of emotions, you can write it down. So some of my emotions. Here, 1 second. I'm not going to read it because I've shared with a few of my teachers, but not all of them. So I recommend using a journal like this. I just got this from a gymnastics meet, and I've been using it. So my first tip is the first thing that I sort of felt is that Parker is speaking to my heart. And stay strong. No matter what you're going through, you want to be strong for that person who took their life away. because some people want to kill themselves, which they shouldn't do to themselves because that's not a good choice. And then the next thing I wrote down is that I just felt like that I'm lost. Like, I just don't know which way to go, and I feel like that I feel like that I'm more open when I talk to an trusted adult, because they know how to talk to me in a good way. And I just felt scared to talk to my parents about it, so that's why I talked to other people except for my parents. And I feel like that Parker has given me peace, because there's a little piece of me that makes me want to feel like I don't want him to get away from me. I still want Parker to be close to me in my heart. And the empathy, and it has put a lot of pressure on me. And the last one, I'm not done with yet, but I will get to it. Probably finish the last one tonight, probably after making this video. So that's what I recommend doing. Like, you can bring it to school before class starts. You can just grab this. You can use a pen or pencil, and just jot down like how you feel. And I feel like this has really helped me a lot, and it makes me feel so much better because you're speaking to a paper, not to a person, to paper, and it makes you feel so much better by yourself. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not laughing at the death thing. There was this random ball here. It was just tipping. It was kind of funny. My third tip is to write it, share it. If you don't know what that means, it means that that you want to type something up or write it down like what I did, and let's write it down, read it to yourself, and then share it to the other person who is want to talk to about death, because it is a serious thing, and it's really hard to go through, for a person to go through. I'm sorry. This makes me emotional. Okay. My fourth tip, which is the last and final tip, is find a way to communicate. Each person has a different way to communicate and voice on how they feel. Some people like to talk to other people about it, not just adults, not just to the adults, the trusted adults, but to their kids, but to people their age. Like, if you're a kid like me, like, I'm still a kid, but I want one more year. This is my last year being a kid, because it's boring. That's how you say. And when other people talk about it, want to communicate, then they like to do it through talking to other platforms. For example, Instagram, like, you pull a picture of the person that's gone, and sorry, and they write something about that person. But I don't do that kind of stuff. What I do is I sit down and I take my time, and I will do the chords, and then record it. And then I mix it and to make sure it's sounding good. And I put it on my channel. That's how I normally do it, with the correct album. And yeah, that's how I normally communicate. So hope you enjoyed this video. I know this is a very hard and heavy subject to talk about, but I just want to put it out there for other people who are going through really hard death situations, and like I am experiencing now, because when I was doing all these tips, I find it very helpful, and it makes me feel better because we talk. I think the tip I use a lot is to talk to someone, and I mainly talk to adults because I feel safer, because I don't feel very safe talking to people around my age, and I just find it scary. And don't forget to push your clocks forward to another hour, because tomorrow is daylight savings time. Tomorrow is daylight savings time, and don't forget to do that, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to give me support for my death experience I'm going through with Parker. And comment below which tip helped you a lot with your death situation, and give it a like if you like seeing these kind of videos, and I'll be happy to do more tip videos for you guys. I try to find better tips, good tips for you guys for other things, but I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, bye guys.